Today we will cover the TOPUS first strike weapons. These are weapons that would be used at the onset of a conflict with the intent of crippling infrastructure, capability to strike back, and dismantling leadership. Examples of prime targets would be airfields, leadership, and critical infrastructure. Note this is excluding nuclear weapons and is highly situational. Not much for suspense. These are the top 5 first strike weapons the US would turn to in a new conflict. I'll save the details for each, but note that each conflict is different and the order here is by no means an indicator of value. Each asset provides unique advantages and disadvantages. The B-1B Lancer is ideal for carpet bombing and saturation bombing. Think taking out a column of tanks or disrupting an entire airfield and hangars. The Lancer would likely be loaded out to cause maximum damage without the need for precision, although it is capable of precision attacks as well. The Lancer would be an optimal choice to cause large destruction, but is unlikely to be utilized without air dominance or support. It does, however, cause massive devastation and would likely be utilized in conjunction with other air assets dedicated to eliminating air defenses or after a suppression of aerial defenses operation. The B-2 stealth bomber is iconic and likely familiar. Its destructive power is similar to the B-1B, but the B-2 is less likely to be used or seen, making it ideal for targeting air defenses, leadership, or high-value targets. While it is difficult to compare the value of a smaller quantity of high-value targets versus a larger quantity of less valuable targets, the B-2 stealth bomber is capable of both and deserves a top spot. It is, however, much less likely to be utilized widely in comparison to the B-1B, as there is significant risk in stealth assets like the B-2 being exposed, with the opportunity for adversaries to gain critical intelligence that would reduce their efficiency at stealth operations. For that reason, the B-2 gets the number 2 spot, by no means due to a lack of capability or fearsomeness. The Tomahawk cruise missile was a staple of Navy strikes, and with the capability to strike anywhere in the world in short order, it is a major player in first strike operations. Fired from the safety of destroyers or cruisers, it boasts a range of 1,000 miles with hundreds available in a typical carrier strike group. Tomahawks are critical in destroying entire bases, important infrastructure, and causing widespread havoc. Tomahawks are low-flying and are fairly good at avoiding detection or interception, and several variants are available with various levels of adaptability. The Tomahawk is a mainstay of any military operation with the Navy operating nearby and can be used to effectively reduce risk for air or ground assets to engage. The Tomahawk has seen heavy usage in the past decades, and as such deserves a top spot. The F-35 Lightning is a well-known asset that would certainly be used to suppress an enemy's ability to strike, while also offering protection for other assets such as bombers. A stealth fighter that offers high flexibility, it would certainly be utilized to minimize risk while taking out prime targets. The F-35 doesn't have the same payload capacity as the bombers, but would most certainly be fielded to carry out suppression of enemy air defenses and strike critical targets. With the growing presence of electronic warfare, it also boasts some capabilities there, as well as serving a role in centralizing target identification. While not yet a mainstay like some of our other entries, it will certainly have a growing role in the future. A Cyber Command is a bit of a different entry, obviously, but worthy of inclusion. While its impacts are likely not well known or publicized, it is fair to assume that disrupting enemy communications and electronics is something that is done during a first strike. Blinding the enemy and preventing effective countermaneuvers would further every other asset on this list, and as such Cyber Command makes the cut, although it may not be as visible and flashy as the other weapons on this list. As electronics become more and more integrated in weapon systems in everyday life, you can expect to see Cyber Command's role grow more and more in the coming years. In conclusion, there are quite a few assets available for the US to utilize in a first strike situation. If we did a list more focused on the likelihood of seeing the assets be used, it is basically a foregone conclusion that Tomahawks would be at the top of the list, with F-35s getting some experience and plenty of mileage close behind. Cyber Command would almost certainly be operating, although depending on the target and lead time have a more limited role, while the B-2 and B-1B would be less likely to be utilized extensively as they carry significantly more risk in operating. Thanks for watching and have a great day.